Hi, this is Dr. Nat Pernick, and this is our second episode of What's New at PathologyOutlines.com. The first thing I'd like to talk about is a new feature called Libraries. You can see it on the header on the bottom line on the right. And the idea behind the libraries is that companies often have material for pathologists that they want to give to us, and we might get it at a conference when we go back to conferences, or in the mail, or in an email. But when we need it, it's often not handy. And since most pathologists visit Pathology Outlines on a regular basis, it's available through this tag that's at the header. So the first library is from Roche. It's for their information about their Ventana PD-L1 testing for triple negative breast cancer. And this is kind of a typical library. It has 6 different videos explaining aspects of the testing that you can look at your convenience. We also have links to it at different places in our website, places that make sense. And there'll be some e-blasts that will also highlight some of the different videos. And we can expect that there'll be libraries from other companies featuring either companion diagnostic tests or other items that are of use to pathologists. The second item that's new this week are 2 topics relating to COVID-19. One having to do with pathology in the lung, that's in the lung non-tumor chapter, and one that has to do with testing, and that's in the microbiology chapter. And the testing is undergoing updates as needed. So typically our website doesn't have rapid updates. Usually it's every 1 to 2 years. But for the testing, since that is a fluid topic, we are making more frequent updates. So you can find these in the lung non-tumor and microbiology chapters, or you could do a search, and both of them have links to each other. The third item that's changed a little bit has to do with our popular jobs page. As you may know, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the workload for pathologists decreased, and so the job advertisements have decreased dramatically, and we've certainly seen that it probably went down by half, but it does seem to be picking up again, and so you can notice that on the jobs page. We've also made some minor changes regarding how we categorize jobs. It used to be we would list only the subspecialty that was designated as required, and oftentimes the ads would say, well, we'd also like if you had this subspecialty, and now we're listing those in those categories too. We've also decided to eliminate the clinical pathology category just because its use is so inconsistent. People don't mean the same thing, and it seemed to be more confusing than helpful. So you can look for these changes on the jobs page. The next feature is something that we're going to be announcing soon. I'm calling it, for now, Chat with Nat. So as you know, with travel being restricted, it's hard for us to get out to conferences. And one of the things that I like when I go to conferences is talking to pathologists and saying, hey, what do you like about the website? What don't you like? What can we do better? And so we can't do that now in person, but we could do it with video chat. So we're going to set one up. There'll be a limited number of people to make it workable. And then I'll probably announce a couple of things that are going on with the website and try to get your reaction. What things should we be doing? What things have you noticed that you like or don't like? So look for that. Of course, at any time, you're welcome to send me an email at nat, N-A-T, at pathologyoutlines.com, telling us the same things, what you like or don't like, or suggestions for improvement. Now, this week, we are just implementing or starting to implement a new feature. We have 66 chapters right now. We've been merging some of them, so the number's probably going to go down a little bit. But we also realized that we don't quite have a uniform format and structure for all of the chapters. So we've just implemented a new database. So all of the chapter table of contents, once we convert them to this new database, will be similar. And I think that'll make the website a little bit easier to use. Now, some of you don't actually know that the website is set up like a textbook with these chapters. Some people just use searches through their browser. But we actually, if you look on the homepage, you have to scroll down a little bit, you'll see all of the names of all of the chapters. And when you click on them, you'll see a table of contents with typically 50 to 150 different topics. And when you click on them, you get the information that you're looking for. We are slimming down the number of topics, as we discussed in last week's What's New video chat. I'm trying to keep the ones that are most important to you as pathologists and that have significant content and where they're going to be updated every 1 to 2 years. We're also moving topics around. So for example, we recently moved some of the kidney tumors that are in the renal pelvis from the kidney tumor chapter to the bladder chapter. And we'll be making other similar changes, slight changes in the names of some of the chapters and so on. The last thing that we're working on is trying to develop virtual conferences of some type. We want to use the talent of our editorial board and perhaps some of our authors to get information to the pathology community in an easy, fast, and free way, just like our website. We're testing out different things to try to figure out what the best format is. But if you have some ideas on what kind of things you think we could do, we want it to be simple. We want it to be relatively short. We're not looking at a day-long conference. Is there information from vendors that you would like to get? Maybe there's some way that we could present it in a way that's useful to you. So if you have any thoughts along these lines, just let me know. nat@pathologyoutlines.com. So thank you very much. Until next time, we're signing off, and we hope you enjoy the website.